Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off at the flat. It's Lynch.
You're better off just rolling it down the field, the 40-yard line, than kicking a line drive to number 15.
And here he goes. The quarterback is on the loose. Here's Post up the middle. Post has got a seam and he's gone. Purdy makes one man miss, spins away from a second. 10 still alive at the 5. Play action, Black to throw. Caught by Soden. Finley to his left, throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. Meanwhile, handoff. He's got it. Look now. To the house, Emmanuel Post. They're going to air it out. Deep down the near sideline. Touchdown! Legendary! Unbelievable. The holder is Sabani. It's clean. The kick is up. Good. And good. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Hampton. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. The Winnacunnet Warriors playing host to the Exeter Blue Hawks, a rivalry that is now 100 years old. These two schools first met back in 1924. Here in 2024, Steve, both teams are 3-0, undefeated in Division I East.
I wonder what the ball looked like back in probably more rugby-esque at that point than it is right now. But Nick, 100 years later, it still matters. I mean, Exeter and Winnacunnet, they no matter what happens as far as the who's up, who's down. The only difference is this year we got two teams coming in this game 3-0. Had both coaches on our Gridiron program on Thursday night, and boy, you could tell they're ready to go. Both of these guys have a lot of respect for each other. I was able to talk to Coach Ryan Franco's dad a little bit, get a little bit perspective. Ryan's but he's got high expectations from this group, and they're going to have to perform today. This is the Veer offense against just run against run. It's going to pound. It's on grass. It's 100 years old. It's two teams that are rivalry. If you can't get into it tonight, you just can't.
A growing crowd here on a beautiful night in late September.
Absolutely.
And I would estimate that the near side bleacher is about 80 or so % full
and they're still
at this point. And then, of course, there's the Exeter section of the crowd that made the trip about 10 miles east. The students, at least, in white, behind the end zone, up on the hill, claiming their territory here. There's a big youth presence around the field today as well. The mini Warriors are, in fact, invading our broadcast space as we speak, as Steve looks to fend them off. Yep. Captains are at midfield.
Guys are awesome. I'm glad you're here, but we just
and the coin toss taking place. When we come back, we'll have the kickoff here at the top of the hour. Both teams 3-0 as the Blue Hawks and Warriors commence on rivalry week in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, summer and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
Oh, there it is. The national anthem performed live by the Winnacunnet High School Marching Band here in Hampton. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you from the beach in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Exeter 3-0, Winnacunnet 3-0. Warriors won the toss. They'll defer to the second half. Exeter will get the football first. Steve, what do we watch for tonight?
Well, I mean, if you look at the Exeter Bluehawks, Nick, their offensive line's been fabulous. They're extremely deep. It's going to be very important, I think, to try to get out of this first possession by Exeter. The Warriors have got to make a stop here, Nick. If they can, they get the ball in their hands. There's a change in the game structure, so now they're going to get the ball in the second half. I always feel if you're coming in somewhat of an underdog, or at least perceived underdog, you've got to be able to do that. I'm not sure they feel like an underdog tonight because this game has always been tough. It wouldn't surprise me, Nick, if this thing was really tight at halftime. But it's going to be a depth issue.
A rivalry that stretches back 100 years commencing tonight. We're underway. Kick up into the night sky, running up to make the grab on the move is the Exeter return man, Garrett White. And the 6-foot junior is across the 35-yard line. Bluehawks will have it first and 10. Well, as we know, Coach Ball has been involved in some way or another with the Exeter program since 1978.
Unreal.
Better part of 3 decades as the school's athletic director. He stepped down from that role back in June and is now, quote-unquote, just the head football coach. It's business as usual with this perennial contender 3 weeks into the season. 3 multi-score blowout wins under their belts coming in over North, Dover, and Portsmouth last week. First down and 10. The handoff from quarterback Michael Karen goes nowhere as the Warriors swamp the offensive line. A loss of a yard for the running back, Graham Knight. Anthony Magri. That name should be familiar, that last name, Magri, for the Winnacunnet fans. The latest
point in there, too.
The latest addition in there on the stop. So no gain officially, second down and 10.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the trenches are going to be a huge advantage at this point, Nick. It's really going to be about can Exeter just continue to run over Winnacunnet. Certainly didn't look like it there. They're doing a good job coming up defensively.
They're going to let Karen throw on second down. He's got the big target, Tyler Graney. 6'4", multi-year starter.
Yep.
And the senior. Going to pick up about 7 there. So 3rd down and 3 coming up. The first down stick is at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, big down here for Winnacunnet especially, Nick. They've got to make a stop here. That's gonna really pump up the sidelines, get the crowd into it.
3rd down and 3. T formation. Karen with a long count against a 5-man front. Handoff is a dive up the middle, and that's a first down.
Yep.
First carry for Exeter's Daniel Batstone. He was the first name rattled off last night.
Yeah.
When we spoke with Bill Ball in terms of players he can lean on in the locker room.
Well, it's a very deep staff, but he spoke very highly of him, and the offensive line he is getting off the pretty well here, standing up just a little bit. They'll start to work that, get the pad level. Low man wins in these situations. Right now, I think Winnacunnet's doing a good job, though, on their defensive line.
First down and 10 from the Blue Hawk 47-yard line. Straight ahead again. Across midfield and into Warrior territory goes, who is that? That is big number 32. Tyler Bland, the 5'9 senior. We'll see a number of different ball carriers.
You are going to see, I heard as high as 7 or 8 ball play of running backs you're liable to see tonight, Nick. At different times during the game, but
3-yard carry. 2.5 minutes on. Incomplete, 3rd down and 7, and a chance for the Warriors to get off the field.
Probably want to lay off throwing that one into double coverage, Nick. Nice job by the Warriors in coverage. And actually, Nick, if you look.
Dropped in the hole.
It's a big stand right there. We'll see that. He's going to send the punt. Coach Ball's going to send the punt team out. It certainly appears. So
Anthony Magri, the junior defensive tackle, with his 2nd tackle of the drive. So 4th down and 6 after the 1-yard gain for Bland.
Yeah, that's a heck of a defensive stand right there for the Warriors.
This is Raymond Plant from his own 38. A line drive boot down the middle. Takes a bounce high in the air. And is going to roll inside the 20 and end up inside the 15 down at the 14.
Game after game we've seen this year, Nick. The kicking has just been fabulous. Great, getting great distance out of their kicks, great rolls, good covers. Something we've seen almost every single game, I think.
So now we get the Warrior offense for the first time. Senior quarterback Riley McDaniel, listed at 6'5", has led this team to a 3-0 start. 30-20 victory over Portsmouth on opening night. Put the Warriors on the radar of many. A road win over Spalding, 13-6. Last week they beat Central. The ball is on the ground on first down, and the Blue Hawks have it. The Exeter defense recovers inside the 10-yard line. Sam Dulac gets to the misguided pitch. And the first turnover of the game in the books here with 3.5 minutes gone by.
If you're going to turn it over, Nick, you want to turn it over in the opposition's end, and this is not a good situation here if you're the Warriors, Nick, trying to, after that great stand, to have that mishap is difficult. Exeter, on the other hand, Nick, has a real good opportunity here to score first.
Ball's at the 5-yard line. First down and goal. Some of the Warrior fans here in front of us chanting defense. T formation, Karen. That low crouch under center surveys the defense. Hands off to Bland. Bland, a power drive up the middle into the end zone for a touchdown.
Great leg drive there, Nick. This guy runs low to the ground. Nice short power steps. And he delivered the hit there. So that's just great yardage. Exeter getting into the offensive backfield, causing a turnover. probably just wanted to keep that and, run with it if you're the quarterback. But really want to be careful when you try to hit that pitch that it's clear. Exeter in the driver's seat right now.
So a 5-yard touchdown run for the senior Tyler Bland as Exeter on the board, 6-0. Alex, one sophomore right-footed kicker on for the extra point try, and that one is up and good. So 7-0 Exeter. They take advantage of the very short field following the turnover.
Yeah, short field playing as advertised, Nick. What I think what most people expected is them to come in here, and they're going to score points today. The real question is the offense of the Warriors, Nick, good? I mean, you got to give the defense a lot of credit right there of the Warriors, Nick. They stopped Exeter. But, they're going to have to come back. They're going to get the ball. We'll see what they can do. Kind of clean up that last pitch. And, hopefully the lines have been good on defense. You assume a lot of those guys are going to be playing both ways. Hopefully they can, for their sake, they can, at least move the sticks, get some first downs to start.
We spoke with Coach Francor last night on our Thursday night program, FNL Gridiron. And he mentioned a similar situation opening night. Portsmouth drive came down, put up 7. And on the ensuing drive, Coach Francor's Warriors responded, something that the coach said was a good sign.
Absolutely.
And now a similar situation here. They trail 7-0 very early in this contest.
Yeah, can't afford another turnover, Nick, or things can go south really quick.
The kick from Mercedes off the tee is a pretty good boot. Backpedaling into the end zone goes the return man, Ryan Avakian. 5'7" sophomore is going to drop the knee, and we've got a touchback here. So drive number 2 for the Warriors begins at their own 20-yard line. The opening drive lasted just one play on that lost fumble. So you get another look at Riley McDaniel, the quarterback, going to take his time. And now the 6'5" senior crouches under center. 2 backs behind him. Exeter showing blitz. They run right into it, and they find a little bit of a seam.
Good run there.
Up to about the 29-yard line goes Mason McDonald. Not McDaniel, but Mason McDonald, 6-foot senior. One of 16 seniors on this Winnacunnet roster.
Yep. Offensive line did a pretty good job there. Nice angle block on the inside. Nice kick out. Opened up the seam. Wants to stay low on his running once he gets through the backfield, though. Kind of stood up. Sometimes the ball can come loose. Wants to correct that.
2nd down and 1. Into the hole goes Dom Mancini.
He got it.
And Mancini, despite the contact at the line of scrimmage, leans forward for the 2-yard gain and a first down.
That's what they needed, Nick. Got to get out of their zone. Start feeling comfortable offensively. Really important to get some points on the board. If there any kind of points, Nick, would be good. It kind of helps you forget what happened in the past and kind of sets the tone here for the rest of the game. So they need a good methodical drive downfield.
Tight end left side, 2 tight ends right side for McDaniel on 1st and 10. The give is straight ahead, and the pile is going to migrate up to close to the 40-yard line.
Yep.
Strong finish to the run there on the second tote for McDonald. They're going to mark him at the 40 after an 8-yard pickup. So McDonald's with carries of 9 yards and 8 yards on his first 2 offerings.
Running game, getting through the hole quickly, Nick. That's part of this offensive style. Just hit your blocks here for a quick second half. We'll get you through. Just do your job, and we'll do ours. So far, working for him.
2nd down and 2. 4 down linemen for Exeter. Warriors stay with the ground game, and they're going to break one up the middle, across midfield. And it's a first down at the Exeter 46-yard line. That's Harvey Reynoso Santana.
Always had good offensive line coaching here ever since I've been watching Winnacunnet, Nick. They're doing a great job up front. Nothing wrong with the Exeter defensive line. It's just a war out there, and they're hitting the holes really hard.
So Reynoso Santana, the 5'8 junior, with a 20-yard pickup, longest play from scrimmage either way so far. We approach the midway point, first quarter. Exeter leading 7-0. Winnacunnet on the march in Blue Hawk territory on 1st and 10. Another give up the middle and spinning his way down to the Blue Hawk 40. Goes Mancini on his second carry. That's going to move the sticks, or the stick, 7 yards to the 40. So second down and 3. 2 carries for Mancini, 9 yards so far.
Yeah, they're getting big chunks, Nick, on first down, which is the secret to the running game. Now you can open up your playbook a little bit, put the defense a little bit on their heels. They have to look at multiple things here with only 4 yards to go on second down.
2 receivers left side again. Second down and 4, hitting the backfield. Quarterback going to keep the legs moving, and McDaniel eventually carves out a yard.
A little bit of confusion there, but did a nice job making the choice to keep it, Nick.
So it could have been a loss.
Yeah.
Turns into a 1-yard gain, and now a 3rd down and 1 situation facing the Winnacunnet offense as we tick down towards 5 minutes to go in this first quarter.
Well, right now, offensive line doing a really, really good job opening up the seams, and I'm really impressed with the handoffs. Not so much the last one, but everything else has been clean and crisp, getting through the hole quickly.
Receiver each side, 2 backs behind McDaniel. Give straight ahead, first down, and then some for McDonald's. Inside the 25, one down at the 21. Another big gain, Steve. 17 on that rip.
Yeah, just doing a great job getting through the hole quickly, Nick. I can't emphasize that in the running game at the high school level, especially. Holding your box is hard enough at the NFL level. At the high school, it's even more, it's more important to get through the hole quickly. Coach Frank Core's group doing a great job right now.
McDaniel, the workhorse on this drive, 3 carries, 34 yards. Mancini's turn. Follows the left guard downfield a few yards as Warriors are now inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. A 5-yard gain there. Set up second and 5.
Yeah, this is all about offensive line, nice crisp cadence call and getting off the ball into the bellies of the defensive linemen. Right now, they're hitting it to a T. But now they're in the red zone. Field gets a little smaller to defend. We'll see if they throw another guy in the box here.
Second and 5. Long count from McDaniel. Right side handoff, and McDaniel, no, he never actually handed it off.
No.
Was hit immediately by Sam Dulac.
Looks like they loaded the line, Nick, right before the snaps, and it worked well for them. Too many men to block, and they were able to get themselves in the backfield. If you look there, it's just nice job. I mean, it does seem that anything outside, near the off tackle on the right-hand side, it's getting foiled pretty quickly. But on the left side and on the right over the center, they're getting big chunks of yardage. Let's see what they do here.
3rd down and 7. Winnacunnet yet to throw a pass. Will they hear? From the Exeter 17, McDaniel, play fake. Will put it in the air. Into the end zone, too strong, out of play. Picked off by Ryan Marr, but again, well out of bounds. So 4th down and 7.
Yeah, no need to throw that ball, Nick. Nothing there. Just throw it out of the end zone, which he kind of did anyway, but I'm not sure that was intended. Thrown into double coverage, on each team has done it once. Unfortunately for both teams, it hasn't cost them.
A field goal attempt from here would be about a 35-yard try.
I think you'll see it. Maybe you will.
Coach Frank Core going to keep the offense on the field. Just over 3 minutes to go. 5-0 Winnacunnet. Will continue. Auto or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com and start raising money for your team today. Also by the New Hampshire Tomahawks Showcase and Development for College Lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. Day at colonialprintingnh.com. I can ask this, Steve Beals, with you. year rivalry between these two schools on play tonight. 4-7, McDaniel flushed out of the pocket to his left, throws on the run. He's got a man, and is the catch made inbounds? It was for a Winnacunnet first down. That's one of the co-captains, Dylan Palm, the 6'4", 6-foot senior, able to haul it down with little room to spare along the boundary.
Well, Riley McDonald did one heck of a job, Nick. Waited for his guy to get the separation he needed. It was smart to get out of the pocket there, Nick, and then he just rolls out to his weak side. Very athletic move, athletic throw for that matter. Gets the badly needed first down. That is a play we'll remember if this game gets close at the end, for sure.
First and goal from the 9. Handoff up the middle it goes to Mason McDonald. Little bit of room initially, but the hole collapses. Nice stop there for Exeter linebacker Alex Ruska, the 5'9" senior. Does produce 4 yards. Second down and goal coming up from the 5-yard line.
Really, really important here, Nick, for the Warriors to get this thing in the end zone. At that point, that turnover, at least in the minds of the players, gets behind them, and they've evened it up, and it's a new game. That's just so important.
It's a 6.5-minute
dog
drive
fight like
here.
this. Yeah, absolutely.
So far for Exeter that began at their own 20-yard line. McDonald hit initially, spins his way forward. He's very close, but they're going to mark him just shy of the goal line. Third down coming up. Another 4-yard give for McDonald.
Well, they got 2 shots. It looks to me like it might be 10 inches at the most to get to hit the end zone.
Warriors trying to get on the board. Home fans trying to give them a lift. A very large standing student section on their feet to our left. Minute 20 to go, first quarter. Third down and goal from the 1. They keep it with the quarterback, and McDaniel is in for the touchdown.
He's doing a good job, Nick. That's a very well-managed drive by McDonald. Saw the seam in the left-hand side and was able to push the ball over. Very tall guy. And that frame of his is able to kind of lean over, put the ball over, and once that happens, make sure it's in view of the official. Did just that. That's a heck of a response by the Warriors right there.
An 80-yard drive. It took nearly 7 minutes off the clock, and it included a 4th down and 7 conversion in the red zone. And it's capped off with the 1-yard touchdown run by the senior quarterback, Riley McDaniel. Meanwhile, this extra point try is not going to happen. I'm not sure if that was partially tipped or not. Either way, no good.
Yeah.
And Exeter is going to stay in front here, 7-6.
Every point counts, Nick, in a game like this. So that's a one there for the Warriors, Nick. You want to tie this game up, but you do have to remember and focus on the fact that they were able to move the sticks, move that ball methodically down the field, and in that particular drive really won the war in the trenches, Nick. We'll see how they can respond defensively, but Exeter did the same thing. They were moving the ball well, pretty good there. They punched it in the end zone. I was watching some of their running backs as well, and let me tell you, there's 2 of them that are just are just doing a great job driving through the hole. I'm talking about for Warriors, driving through that hole so quickly that the defense is having a real difficult time seeing it and responding.
Elias Spaulding is the kicker for the Warriors. This one is down the middle. And again handled on the move by Garrett White. White shoots across the 30. He's at midfield before he's taken down in Warrior territory at the 42-yard line. A big lift there on special teams. I thought it was the junior Garrett White.
That's a heck of a return. Heck of a return right there. If you're looking to see how you're supposed to run a kickback, you find a seam and you go 100 miles an hour, and that's exactly what he did. What a terrific job. Really admire the kick returners. What a difficult job that is. And you have to overcome any kind of fear. Watch him read his seam. He sees it. He's got the wall. Boom, he goes 100 miles an hour right through it, and that's why he got free. No stutter stepping, no fooling around. Get through the hole and go. Nice
T
return.
Formation on first down for Exeter from the Warrior 44-yard line.
He's on.
And look out. Down the sideline, Jack Kavanaugh is going to final man and get into the end zone for the touchdown. Officially a 43-yard touchdown run, longest play from scrimmage in this first quarter.
Yep.
For the 5'8" senior Jack Kavanaugh, he was gone.
Jack looked really good on that. The blocking on the right-hand side there, Nick, you'll see just a fabulous job. And the same situation with these runners. These on both of these teams, well-coached, well-trained runners, Nick. They're used to this is their forte. This is what they do. This is how they get you. And they're doing it on both sides of the football offensively tonight. That's just a real – watch this. Look how he explodes through the hole and immediately sees where the defender is and then runs for the sideline upfield. What a great job. Kick is good.
So Exeter's Jonathan Adams is the kicker. You got two 55s on the Exeter roster. Alex Mercedes and Jonathan Adams. Adams, the junior, is the kicker, not the sophomore Mercedes. Either way, Blue Hawks are successful on 2 extra point tries. They lead 14-6. Just one play from scrimmage.
One play from scrimmage, one kickoff return. That was awful. That looked awful easy, Nick. They're going to have to get that off. Watch this. I really like the way he read the defense as he was going through on the kickoff return and the run. Immediately, full speed through the hole,
untouched.
Head up, untouched. But his eye. Reading where the defender was, and he comes through here in slow motion. He sees the 11, and look at him run. What a great job.
43-yard touchdown for Jack Kavanaugh. 14-6 is the Exeter lead here with just inside of a minute to go in this first quarter. So the Blue Hawks get on the board following a fumble recovery. A one-play 5-yard drive.
Smart to let that go.
Third possession, a one-play 43-yard drive.
Smart to let that one go. Good decision last minute. Didn't let it touch him.
Back-to-back touchbacks. Second straight drive. Winnacunnet will start at their own 20.
Yeah, I mean this is Winnacunnet, big deal right now. They got to continue that offensive line work that they've had. Exeter look really strong right there. Looks to me like they're getting stronger throughout the game, Nick, on their running game. Things are right back to the way they've been going the previous 3 games.
So 1st and 10 for the Warriors as they again look to pick themselves back up off the mat following the Exeter touchdown. The give is left side. And close to the 25-yard line goes Mancini. He's tackled by Bland.
Looks about 4.
Looks up 5 on the play. 2nd and 5, Warriors.
McDonald 42 yards on 5 carries on that previous drive.
Yep. Wants to lay off throwing into double coverage, Nick, though. That's just one of those things. You tuck it and run or you throw it out of bounds. Even though it did go over the end line, I think he was looking to hit that receiver, but got to read that coverage before you throw.
The last carry was actually Mancini, not McDonald. Those two have basically split carries. Give up the middle. This time it's McDonald. He's gang tackled.
It's close. About 2-3
officials
yards.
Let that pile continue unabated before finally blowing the whistle. They're going to give McDonald the 30 on the spot.
Yep.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Well, 14-6. A lot of scoring early. Winnacunnet looks for a 3rd down answer when we come back. Blue Hawks out in front, 14-6 after 12 minutes. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Welcome back here to Hampton. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Start of the second quarter. Warriors facing a 3rd down and 1 against the 5-man Exeter front. They try Mancini, but he is stuffed Be interesting to see where they
He
spot
lost
the
half
football.
a yard, I think. I think he lost half a yard, Nick.
Tyler Graney leading the charge there
Wow.
for Exeter, and indeed it's going to be fourth down. No gain officially, 4th and 1.
Tyler bringing it. He was bringing it right there. Wow, nice job. He was good last year, Nick. Terrific ball player.
Coach Francoeur going to keep the offense on the field here. Despite the football being at his own 29-yard line.
Here.
Fourth down. McDaniel on the sneak goes straight ahead, and I believe
He's got it, I think.
that he's got the first down.
Yep.
Both teams 3-0 here in a 100-year rivalry.
That's a big first down, Nick, right there.
It is.
Boy,
First
that was
down.
tight.
Warriors.
Looks to me a little bit like the defense of Exeter's getting a little lower, coming through, getting some separation off these blocks, starting to win, not necessarily win, but even the score right now and just gaining momentum.
Exeter lost a fumble on their first play from scrimmage early in that first quarter. Set up 5-yard touchdown run for Tyler Bland.
Yep.
Before that conversion, for senior quarter. Play as we get a timeout here. Scored in the final minute before the end of the first quarter on a 43-yard touchdown run from Jack Kavanaugh. So here's Winnacunnet's first timeout. Both teams are now left with 2 each.
Yep.
14. Score wins over Spalding and Central the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Winnacunnet is a team that's on the rise. If you look at the underclass with 30 guys on the sophomores, I believe, and like 24, 27 on freshmen, and I've heard there's some tremendous athletes down there. But this program is on that rise again, no doubt about it. And I really feel that the fact that with a group coming in, I still think Coach Francoeur is pretty happy about having those 3 wins, grinding it out and winning all 3 of them. Now here's the big test.
First down and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Handoff left side, trying to bounce, then cut it back up across the 45. Ball comes loose late, but they're going to rule.
I think they blew the
McDonald
whistle
down. Yep.
Yeah.
So in the end, another 7 yards for the senior Mason McDonald, who's been the leading ball carrier tonight for either team.
Yes, and that twisting and turning, Nick, can get you a yard or 2, but it also can help jar the ball loose. So you want to have 2 arms on that ball, 10 fingers, 2 elbows, 2 everything, if you're going to be twisting and turning like that. And but they got some good yardage. I think that was a good timeout call by Coach Francoeur at that point. Get his troops in order.
2 receivers right side on 2nd down and 4. Handoff Mancini, first down.
Wow, does he cut up field nicely?
Big hole right side.
Yep.
Dropped at the second level by linebacker Cole Kelly, the junior for the Blue Hawks.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the numbers, Nick. The right side of that line is doing better now. They were struggling a little bit coming down this way early in the game, but they're bearing down, firing out as low as the left side was, and that opened up a nice little seam. But
6-yard pickup for Mancini.
just off the right side of that center, they're clearing out some real estate there and giving the runners Mancini a chance to cut upfield.
Warriors approaching midfield from their own 46. First down and 10. They go up the middle.
They're getting
This may have been a new ball carrier.
getting good chunks.
Ryan Avakian, one of the return men, getting his first offensive touch here tonight. The sophomore is going to grind out 5. And the ball now on the other side of midfield at the Exeter 49.
Really impressed, Nick, with the offensive line. I knew Exeter's offensive line was stellar, and they are. You can see it. And I watched a little film last night of the Warriors game and saw that they looked pretty solid. And, they're doing a good job tonight.
2nd down and 5, straight ahead, McDonald. First down and then down from the 34-yard line by Charlie Dulac. A 16-yard pickup for McDonald as the Warriors keep this drive moving.
Yep. All you need, Nick, in that situation, all you need is just a little space to cut through, and he did a really nice job.
It's a drive that began back at the Warrior 20-yard line.
Watch the hole here. Here you go. Nice work.
Reynoso Santana joins McDonald in the backfield. They pitch to Reynoso Santana, and he's dragged down, I believe, short of the line of scrimmage.
Nice defense by number 9.
Well, Kavanaugh there. Cole Kelly was there. Tyler Graney in the area as well.
Nice work. Read that play very well, Nick. It's almost like they must have seen it in film and reacted properly, and that's what Exeter wants. Cut those gains down. Keep them at the line of scrimmage, under 2 or 3 yards on first down, Nick, and that just changes the whole nature of the drive as far as down and distance.
2nd down and 9. Hand off McDonald, right side this time. Hit immediately by Exeter's Kellen Bateman, the big 6', 220-pound junior.
Coach Frank Core now in
senior,
4 down territory. Got 2 more down, to get the first down. So you don't have to get it here, but you want to get off the ball, and you want to get it right down near the stick so you can go on 4. So you start getting down. These methodical drives and the time that they're taking off the clock.
Winnacunnet has dominated the time of possession in this first half, but trail on the scoreboard 14-6. Meanwhile, a 3rd down and 6 on the way from the Exeter 30, and Coach Frank Orr, for the second time on this drive, is going to call a timeout to talk about it.
If you've been you understand these points in the games, Nick. The end of the second quarter, when you have an opportunity to go, it's how you mentally and psychologically go into the clubhouse is extremely important. Doesn't matter, especially in football, I feel. And he understands the gravity of this situation right now. He wants it. This play is critically important. Whether they get a first down or not, you want to get it right near the stick so it opens up an opportunity for quarterback sneak. Anything, it just opens up your opportunities to get that first down or get the first down now. But I like the timeout.
Reminder, tomorrow, rivalry week continues on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. It's the Mac Black game, Pinkerton at Londonderry. Year in and year out, one of the most highly anticipated regular season matchups. We're at Lancet Park tomorrow. That's what. Football programs statewide. We're looking forward to that one. Of course, the Astros are undefeated at 3-0. Londonderry, they're 2-1 overall. Their one loss, of course, an out-of-state defeat a couple of weeks back against St. John's Prep. Out of the timeout, Warriors air it out into the end zone, and this one broken up at the last minute. Double coverage. Charlie Dulac, the defensive back, got his hand on it. That's going to bring up a 4th down and 6.
I gave it a shot. Pretty well thrown ball there, Nick. It's just he kind of ran in. Safety did a good job of coming over and supporting the coverage. And I think that was the difference maker, Nick, of not giving him the sort of freedom and get the arms and shoulders free to be able to pull that ball in. So nice job by the safety. I couldn't see the number. It's kind of far away.
That was Charlie Dulac.
I thought it was Charlie. Nice work. Now watch him come. Watch him read this play. It's 1, and then he comes in from the.
All right, we got a 4th down here. 4th and 6. Out of the gun, McDaniel back to the air. Pump fake, throws, got a man, catch made, and that's a 1st down.
What a throw.
That's the second 4th down catch for Dylan Palm. The senior co-captain kept the big drive alive with a 9-yard catch on the previous Winnacunnet score, and he's going to move the sticks here on a 4th and 6 conversion.
Now just a guess here, Nick. Coach Frank Core called that timeout. I think he made the decision to throw the ball twice because the running games, they started stacking the box, started meeting them at the line of scrimmage with the extra assets there on the inside in the box, and he decided to throw the ball, and he waited nicely in the pocket. Did a nice job.
Warriors on the door of the red zone. 1st down and 10. Ball just outside the 20. Handoff straight ahead, Ron McDonald. Not much.
Yep, nice defense by the Blue Hawks.
Big 78, Owen Wagner waiting for him in the hole, the 6'2", 230-pound junior. With a tackle up front for Exeter. Still a 5-yard gain for McDonald.
Always appreciate, Nick, a quarterback that has the height for the vision down the field, and I think that's really helping him on these throws, Nick. He's getting plenty of time in the pocket.
Listed at 6'5". Just past the midway point, second quarter. Another lengthy drive in progress here for Winnacunnet. They trail 14-6. On a 2nd and 6, they throw, and this one is incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'd like to see that one
Came
again.
out awkwardly, intended for Jackson McDonald in the flat, and the ball did not get there. So 3rd and 6. Another chance here for Exeter to clamp down, but the way the Warriors have gone for it on 4th down in this first half, this again looks like 2-down territory.
Both coaches are calling the game today. Offense or defense, Nick, all the timeouts have been timely.
And how about this, Steve?
Makes sense.
No penalties.
No
so
penalties.
Far.
No. Let them play.
Very fast moving first half here, just 37 minutes in real time.
No, they're letting them play for sure.
5.5 remaining on the second quarter clock. McDaniel in the gun on 3rd down and 6 is a back to his right. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws near side, and this one too high for McDonald to reel in. It's incomplete.
Yeah,
Jackson McDonald leaves his feet, tried to haul it in overhead, but the ball ends up incomplete after hitting the grass. So 4th down and 6.
Play just didn't gel, Nick. Jack Kavanaugh was coming up really well there. I think he had it foiled, Nick, even if he caught it. The incomplete pass might have been a blessing because I think he went and lost a couple yards.
4th and 6 from the 17. The first down marker is at the 11. And again, the Warriors will go for it. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down in this first half. McDaniel in the gun, a back to each side, 3 receivers, 2 strong side left. 5-man rush. He's in trouble. He's going to step up. He escapes the pocket, and he's got the first down.
Wow.
McDaniel making it happen. Finally brought down by Tyler Bland at the 10-yard line, but not before a 7-yard gain and a first down.
Forget all the heart. I mean, that was obvious right there. But on both plays, on the touchdown drive that they had, that ability to get out of the pocket on his weak side and wait till the very last second for his receiver to get free. Good decision, smart play, good decision. Nobody was open there, and he took it amongst himself, and he says, I'll get it done. And he did just that.
First down and goal from the 10-yard line. Split backfield. Handoff left side, McDonald hitting the hole, leans forward again, and grinds out a couple extra at the end of the run down near about the 6-yard line after a 4-yard gain.
To the Exeter 5-yard line.
So another 4 for McDonald, who's been busy in this first half. Warriors is scored at the end of a 7-minute drive back in the first quarter. This one is approaching 7 minutes as well. The drive began back at the Warrior 20, just like the other scoring drive did. McDaniel calls his own number, goes over right guard. He's inside the 5-yard line.
Nice read.
And is stood up short of the 2.
Nice read by the quarterback, but great recovery coming into that hole. Nice job by the linebacker. I'm trying to see what number. I think it was 33, Nick, from Exeter.
I think so. Bastone.
Yep. Bastone. And, boy, this guy is clearly showing he's a player from both sides of the ball. That's a big play right there. I thought he would there.
Inside the 4-yard line. 3rd down and goal. Inside of 4 minutes to go until halftime. The Warriors hoping to make this a 1-score game here. They're going to load up the backfield, 2 fullbacks. The tail is McDonald. McDaniel under center, a long count against the 5-man front. Handoff, McDonald left side. Cuts up. Is he in? Yes, he is.
He is.
Touchdown.
That's how you answer. I'm sure they'll go for 2 here, Nick. I would imagine.
Mason McDonald with a 4-yard touchdown run is going to get the Warrior faithful on their feet here in Hampton. It's a 2-point game. At 14-12, 3:26 to go, and Coach Francor is going to bring out the kicker here for the extra point.
Yeah, he's going to grab the point, but how about number 72 getting off that ball for Winnacunnet, Nick? I've called his number, I think, now 3 times.
That's Grant Boyd, Jr.
Yeah, what a terrific job getting off the ball, and then had the blockers come in from behind.
Meanwhile, Spalding, the kicker, is going to run to his left as the line of scrimmage collapses.
Yep.
The game's first penalty marker is down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I think it's a motion penalty, Nick. It just didn't gel. Coach Francor looking to talk to the refs out there, really frustrated. Not sure what he's upset about. I don't know if he felt as though that Exeter was offsides or not. I couldn't tell. So now they're down 2 points. I thought they were going to kick, Nick. I really thought when he made the decision.
I think the penalty was against Winnacunnet. Exeter's going to decline.
Yeah.
And so we remain officially penalty-free in this first half.
2 yards when it matters really hasn't been a problem for Winnacunnet, Nick, down in the end zone when they need it. I'm a little bit surprised that they didn't just, didn't try to grab the 2. But, and then when he went for the kick, I said, oh, okay.
Yep.
At that,
Yep.
But, boy, unsuccessful. Now that 2-point gap is kind of relevant here, but I got to say, overall, you got to give the Winnacunnet that they're doing a good show here with 3:26 left. Yeah. I predicted it was going to be a close game and half. We'll see what happens in the second half.
All right, we've seen Exeter respond very quickly following an Exeter score here. It's the next play after the previous touchdown for the home team. Exeter dialed up a 46-yard touchdown run, 43-yard run for Jack Kavanaugh. So, Meanwhile, the officials are talking something over. We have not heard from our referee, Tom Gilpatrick, just yet. And the longtime veteran is down there now speaking again with Coach Francor. So a bit of a delay here with 3:26 to go. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Both teams 3-0, the 100th anniversary of this rivalry. Exeter, following a fumble recovery, scored a 5-yard touchdown from Tyler Bland just 3.5 minutes into the game. Warriors, after a lengthy drive, put points up on the board of their own, a 1-yard score late in that first quarter from Riley McDonald. The extra point try failed. Next play from scrimmage, Exeter, a 43-yard touchdown run from Jack Kavanaugh, as I mentioned. 14-6 Exeter after 1. Warriors, after an 8-minute drive, get a 4-yard touchdown from Mason McDonald. And a moment ago there, a little chaos in that extra point try ultimately failed. Leaves us with a 14-12 Exeter lead on the scoreboard here. 3:26 to go until halftime.
Coach Franco still pacing the sidelines, very frustrated. This is a complete guess, but I believe my sense is he thought that Exeter was offsides. I didn't see it, but
something's got him hot.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Spalding's kick is a high lobber. Making the play to his right is Batstone. Batstone with room up the middle. Batstone eyeing midfield. Stiff arm still alive down at the 40. There's a flag on the play. Batstone down the sideline inside the 20. Gets a big block at the 5. He rolls into the end zone for a touchdown. However, there is a flag way back at the Exeter 40-yard line. So hang on. If it stands, it's going to be an 80-yard touchdown for the senior Daniel Batstone. Yeah. The officials are talking it over. The Warriors are saying, hang on here. If this is against Exeter, the touchdown is going to come off the board, and indeed it's a block in the back against the return team.
Yes to all those things, Nick, but let me tell you, the Exeter Blue Hawks return team is just outstanding the way that they're teaching these guys to return a kick. They are seeing the seam develop, and they're running through it full blast. I think that hold was somewhat off of the play, but it's still a hold. And that's a big turnaround in this game we may look back at later. The fact that the touchdown's taken away, but what a terrific job coming through that hole. Look at him. And just accelerates.
So the block stiff arm in the back erases an 80-yard touchdown return for Batstone and takes a little bit of the air out of the Exeter balloon after they thought they had a big play.
Yes, there's no doubt about that, Nick. But one thing for sure here, the Warriors, Nick, Winnacunnet is going to have to do something to respond to these kickoff return blocking schemes and the way these runners are running through, because it's happening. I think there's been 3 returns. There's at least 2. 3.
Well, had that stood, it would have been their second.
Yeah.
Long return, quote unquote long. The previous return brought them over midfield.
But they're busting it right up through the gut, and they got to have somebody to fill that.
So after the 10-yard penalty, the first accepted penalty of the game, it's first around 28. Exeter on just their third drive. They have not had the football much in this first half. Their opening drive produced a first down, sputtered out. Second drive was just a 1-yard play from the Exeter 5-yard line, resulting in a touchdown, and then a 1-yard play on their second touchdown late in that first quarter from Jack Kavanaugh. It's the first time they've had the ball since, and you're right.
There's Alex Ruska.
Shake it up for Exeter. Alex Ruska has played well.
Some pain.
along that defensive line so far tonight is still down. Coach Ball is now on the field.
Yeah, it looks to me, Nick, like he's holding his right ankle. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Reminder coming up at halftime. A look back at this first half with a recap, stats, highlights. We'll get Steve analysis, and then the scores will start to trickle in as well. Busy Friday night here, rivalry week number 4 statewide in the state of New Hampshire. So a lot of scores to get to. All of that coming up at halftime. And we remind you to subscribe, if you have not done so already, to our YouTube channel, Friday Night Lights New Hampshire.
We love our subscribers.
On YouTube at FNLNH Media. Again, FNLNH Media on YouTube. Like and subscribe. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. And unfortunately, this is the first injury we've seen
he's been down
tonight.
a while here. We're going to try to get him up now. Hopefully he'll be able to put some weight on it. Yep.
And a round of applause as Ruska is on his feet. Walking off with Exeter athletic trainer Heidi Kirby.
Still, Nick, you like to see them walk off the field, be able to get weight on it, Nick. It usually translates into a quicker return to action. Not always, but thankfully he's walking off the field and walking better as he goes further. But he was in some pain earlier, you could see.
2nd down and 8 coming up for Exeter. Just inside of 3 minutes remaining second quarter. It's a pitch to Bland. Left side, he's through the line of scrimmage and crosses the 40. Sliced down at about the 41-yard line for a first down.
All of these Exeter runners, Nick, have a great forward lean. That's developed from good coaching from the youth all the way up. As you come through that hole, you want to deliver the hit. You want to deliver the weight on the defense to be able to bust through the seam. That's the way these running games are designed. They're doing a good job.
Longest run tonight for Bland of his 5 carries. Meanwhile, up the middle, it's Batstone going to slice and dice and make his way just shy of midfield. It's a good carry of 8, maybe 9 yards there for Batstone. But just a moment ago, had that 80-yard touchdown return erased.
And this is vintage Exeter, drive. This is just what they wanted. This is what they're designed to do. Pound 5, 6, 7, 3, 6, 9, 12.
Coach Ball, I'd imagine, with one eye on the clock here, as we're down to $1:45 and counting. T formation again. Another dive for Bland. He's met at the line of scrimmage and dropped by L.J. Boyd, the 6'2 senior.
Nice job.
Inside linebacker.
Nice fill.
Still, though, it's a first down for Exeter with the ball now at the Warrior 48.
Time starting to, I think they're down to 1 timeout, if I'm not mistaken. It says 2, but I think it's
Exeter is 2 or 1.
Okay. With 125 counting for them.
1st and 10, Warriors showing blitz here. Blue Hawks going to throw anyway. Karen.
Yeah, good no call right there. Both receivers going after it. Have equal access to it. Nice defensive play right there. Not an easy guy to cover right there.
That's Dylan Palm on the coverage.
Nice job. Graney's a tough guy to cover. Looks like a tight end from start to finish right there.
He's a monster up front on both sides of the ball, as we know.
Smart player as well.
2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Clock stopped with $1:12 to go until halftime. Warriors, by the way, are slated to receive the kick to begin the second half. 2nd down and 10. Karen going to hand off this time. It is Batstone going to rumble his way out.
Flip, Nick, you watch the way he turns his torso. Every time they provide contact, he reads that the tackle and he turns his torso sideways, Nick, and is able to slide for another 2 or 3 yards every time.
8-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd down and 2. Batstone left side, going to tumble through the hole. And that's plenty for a first. Martin 36-yard line after a gain of 5.
Coach Ball not looking to call a timeout here. He wants to save it at the end.
Got 40 seconds now.
My guess is he's going to read this down to the inside the red zone if they can get there, Nick.
Maybe there's a Warrior down.
Oh, boy.
And that's going to force Coach Frank Core to use his final timeout.
Yep.
Despite the fact that it's an injured player, you can't do that inside of 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's holding his midsection, Nick. It doesn't look like it's...
That's Oscar Maringu, 6'1"
you got the
junior.
number?
Yep.
You got the number, okay.
Yeah, that's Maringu, I believe one of the receivers.
Yep.
Or at least one of the running backs. One of the skill guys is down. So we saw Exeter's Alex Ruska have to leave the field a moment ago. And now the training staff for the Warriors on the field looking at Dylan Palm. Or not Palm, rather, but Oscar Maringu.
Yeah, he's hard to say what's going on there, Nick. They're going to lift him up, though. He may have just taken it. No, it is the leg. I thought it was the midsection. He was holding his midsection. And
it's that left leg giving him trouble. That's the athletic trainer, Catherine Button, out there.
But he's walking it off.
So, just inside of 35 seconds remaining. Exeter still, I believe, with the 2 timeouts remaining. Blue Hawks hoping to add to their lead before halftime.
A lot of good hitting, Nick, going on the inside trenches there. Both of these teams want it. You can see it.
By the way, not to cut you off, Steve, but we got both bands coming up at halftime. I know you're a fan of that.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
And it looks like they're getting ready. Still, though, 35 seconds now counting. Clock is running. Now inside of 25 to go. Handoff, Batstone, stretch play, left side, turns the corner, first down, inside the 20, and finally nudged out of bounds where? Somewhere close to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they dumped extra power on the left-hand side, unbalanced, Nick, and they put all of their assets over that left side. And when you've got a guy like him running the ball, he is slippery, Nick, when he turns sideways there.
It's a 21-yard gain.
What a nice run. So Coach Ball's in a situation with 17 seconds with 2 timeouts remaining. He can either, that leaves the run on the board as well because he can stop the clock. So that was a big play there to get him within striking distance.
Yeah. And now, Coach
I thought he was
Frank
out.
Core is going to use it. So I guess that injury
they
timeout.
didn't count it. Yeah.
I guess that's an NFL/college rule.
Well, I didn't know that I always thought in high school that you don't have to call a timeout. If there's an injured player.
But I thought it was within the final 2 minutes of a half, like it is in the NFL.
I didn't think so. I don't think so. I think that.
Well, obviously not, because Coach Frank Core just used his third.
I think that was a thing where they don't want at the high school level. So, and you don't see fake jobs at the high school level. You just don't see it. You see it at the NFL level, which is why they had to institute the rule.
Exactly.
It was getting really crazy there about 4 or 5 years ago when they put it in.
It's been a fun, festive atmosphere tonight, as we expected here in Hampton.
I don't think these youth football players that are here in strength for the Warriors had enough sprints tonight, Nick. I think they needed a few more because these kids are into it. They're having themselves a ball.
They've had a lot of sugar, apparently, because they're right now engaging in an impromptu dance party here in the stands.
Pretty good synchrony, too. I got to give them credit.
Of us.
Yeah. It's all great, right, though.
First down and 10 from the 14, and this one blown dead before it gets going.
Yep. Be interesting to see what this call is.
Clock's still ticking, Steve. We're inside of 10 seconds, and now
has to call a timeout.
Coach Ball is going to use his final timeout. It was a loss of 1 on what looked like a misguided handoff.
That is his final, isn't it?
Yeah, so
maybe 1 play in the end zone. They might be able to get, if they're going to do it, they got to go quick if they're going to try to get 2 plays here.
Well, it seemed like the world was their oyster a moment ago. 2 timeouts, ball at the 17.
A lot of time slipped away. Yeah.
And then that mishap in the backfield cost them not only down in distance, but time as well, as we're inside of now 9 seconds remaining.
Walking right over the table here. Sorry about that, folks. I had to kind of let them know they can't walk over the broadcast table.
We are right in the middle of the crowd here amongst the fans.
They're excited.
Second down, 11. Final 9 seconds. Karen, two-step drop, lets it fly into the end zone, incomplete.
Yep.
McDaniel
nice
in on the coverage. DJ Shesha was there as well.
But there's 3 seconds left, so they'll have another shot at it.
And they're going to bring on the field goal unit.
Yep. Well, he can kick. You saw the extra point. He looks like, to me, Nick, he's probably within range here. So heavy air, though, tonight. I don't know if the ball's going to really fly. He's going to have to get a good leg on it.
Yeah, a lot of humidity, but no wind.
Yeah, no wind at all. That to his favor.
32-yard kick try. Jonathan Adams, he's 2 for 2 tonight on extra points. High snap, good hold. The kick has the distance,
He's got
and it is good.
Yep.
And that's going to end the first half on a high note for Exeter. A 32-yard field goal. And the Blue Hawks will take a 17-12
big points right there.
Halftime lead.
Big points there, Nick. Those 3 points finish the drive and go in, and you feel like you're efficient. You're scoring on almost every single drive. And, that's big 3 points. But let's not take away the ability for the Winnacunnet Warriors, Nick, to stay in this game going in 5 points down within 1 score, and they're going to get the ball in the third quarter. I would say you take away that touchdown due to the fumble, this could be the other way by 2 points. So you got to give Winnacunnet a lot of credit. I think there's a lot of things they can go in. They got to fix. They got to clean up. But there's a lot of things they've done here against a solid top level team. Sorry, I got kids. Unbelievable here.
It's hard to just differentiate between the kids and the flies.
I didn't want them going over the fence here. But, good point. But, if you're Winnacunnet, you're going in here within 1 score. Exeter, Nick, as far as the running game is concerned, they are deep. So many players, assets that they can use. So it's going to be a very interesting half. Big kickoff benefit that Warriors have coming out in the third quarter. If they come down here and they can put a good drive together, Nick, that's going to be we're in for a great second half of football.
A lot to get to at halftime, including the on-field entertainment. Both bands will perform over the next 20 or so minutes. When we come back, Steve, we'll break down that first half. Stats, highlights, analysis, out-of-town scoreboard on a week 4 Friday night as well. More in a moment. Exeter, a 17-12 lead at halftime. You're watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field, the Winnacunnet High School Warrior Marching Band.
Winnacunnet High School Warrior Marching Band is under the direction of band director Ken Martin and percussion instructor Shannon Lundeen. Drill designed by Elizabeth Knoll. They're being led onto the field by senior drum major Reed Westergren and junior drum major Sullivan Duffy. This year's show is titled I Want My MTV and will feature hit songs from the 80s. This year's show includes Jump by Van Halen, arranged by Jay Cook. I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston, arranged by Matt Conaway. Don't Stop Believing by Journey, arranged by Brian Scott. Drum majors, is the band ready? Winnacunnet High School Warrior Marching Band, you may take the field in exhibition.
Well, it's halftime here on the beach, with Exeter leading Winnacunnet 17-12 in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. A rivalry 100 years in the making. And here in 2024, both teams undefeated through 3 weeks of the season. Exeter, they got the ball first, produced the first down on that opening series, but ultimately had to punt the football. Then Winnacunnet on their first play from scrimmage lost a fumble at their own 5-yard line. That set up a short field. And a play later, Exeter's Tyler Bland was in from 5 yards out. 7-0 Blue Hawks at that point, just 3.5 minutes into the contest. Winnacunnet then chewed up clock on their next series, going 80 yards in over 70 minutes. They converted a 4th down, one of 3 4th-down conversions in that first half. Riley McDonald, the 6'5" senior quarterback, plunged into the end zone from a yard away. The extra point try failed. Exeter kept the lead 7-6. And then first play from scrimmage on the ensuing possession for Exeter, Jack Kavanaugh scored from 43 yards out on a long run. And the Blue Hawks extended their lead to 14-6. That was our score after the first quarter. Second quarter, more of the same. Another lengthy drive for Winnacunnet. They eat up over 7 minutes this time. They convert 2 4th downs on the possession and ultimately score from 4 yards out on a touchdown run from senior running back Mason McDonald, who was busy in that first half. McDonald unofficially 12 carries, 84 yards, including that 4-yard touchdown. And then on the final possession of the half, as time expired, Exeter junior kicker Jonathan Adams connected from 32 yards out. And Steve, that is where we are, 17-12. Exeter with the lead at halftime.
Nick, I tried to get to the snack shack because they usually have some pretty good chowder here, and this place is mobbed tonight in celebration of this 100th anniversary, as well as the way these two teams played. And let's talk about that for a second. One of the things that has really impressed me on both sides of both offensive lines, Nick, are they're for real. They're going to be able to play, with the best of them. And the technique in which both teams are running the football, the way the running backs run it, the way that they anticipate the blocking seams, they anticipate where the green is going to be, and they get through the hole extremely quickly. I would give even Winnacunnet, they've had some runs there, Nick, where the running back has been through the hole before it's just been bang, bang. But one of the things is you look at Exeter, Nick, they're so deep. So many guys have got a chance of the ball. And then Coach Ball and his crew knows exactly who to give it to on the down and distance situation. I think the play sequence calling as far as the running game has been terrific on both sides. A lot of people want to have it 38-31 at half, Nick. I really appreciate these sort of games. They're hard fought. Other than a turnover in Winnacunnet's end, they're actually, you could argue even or ahead in this game. But you got to give Exeter credit for being able to create that fumble by getting in the offensive backfield. So whole lot of good things going on here on this as far as both sides are concerned, and it's just been a terrific game for me to watch. I love the running game. So I don't know what you think, Nick, but I think we're in for an interesting second half. You kind of I don't know about you, but I felt I remember I said it was going to be close at the half. Let's just see if one team breaks out. How kickoff, with getting here in the second half.
Warriors slated to receive after deferring to the second half after winning the coin toss.
Yep.
All right, Steve, other scores here in week number 4, rivalry week, and it's appropriate, I suppose, we start in the gate city of Nashua.
Yeah.
Halftime, South undefeated through 3 weeks, winless North, winless through 3 weeks. And right now, 20-10 is the South advantage as the Purple Panthers double up the Titans through the first 2 quarters of play. So
it's going to be
Coach Knight hoping his squad can escape unscathed for a 4th straight
week. That's
a
big game for them. To go on 4-0, Nick, it's a big game for them. What other scores you got?
All right, we'll stick with D1. Keene with a 13-7 lead over Merrimack. Blackbirds hoping to improve to 3-1. Tomahawks
How about that?
Trying to even their season record at 2-2. Again, Keene with the lead over Merrimack, 13-7. And that one just barely underway in the second half. Timberlane and Dover, 2 winless teams, tied midway through the third quarter at 21 apiece.
Wow.
And then in Division 2, Plymouth being challenged by Kingswood. That's a 1-point game at halftime.
That's a surprise right
with
there.
Plymouth hanging on to a 14-13 edge at the start of the third quarter. Souhegan putting it on my Manchester West Blue Knights. 35-0 Sabres.
Yeah, John
at
told
halftime.
me. John cheated and told me that at halftime, Nick. And I got to tell you that speaks to me a lot about Souhegan.
Yeah.
To me more, and because West, we know they're solid. They're a decent football team, but just kind of shows you where Souhegan is at this point in the season.
Adams' kick is handled at the 5-yard line, and we are underway here in this third quarter. Dylan Palm is going to make his way up to the 25-yard line. Trying to swim upstream there. Tackled by Raymond Plant, the junior for Exeter. So Winnacunnet, rather, bringing their offense back onto the field. They did some good things, including piecing together 2 separate 80-yard touchdown drives that chew up a lot of clock in that first half.
Both of these offenses know who they are. They know what they want to accomplish and do it, and both have been able to do it today, Nick, at least the first half. The second half, I'm really excited to see who breaks out here.
5-man front for Exeter, first down and 10 from the Warrior 25-yard line. The handoff is to Dom Mancini, right side, and he's in the backfield.
He hit a wall right there.
Nowhere to go. Owen Wagner, Tyler Graney, both there for Exeter.
No surprise. Tyler Graney having a good game on defense, Nick. Actually, both sides of the ball.
He had a 7-yard catch in
no
offense.
surprise there. Yep.
All right, second down and 10 following that no gainer for Mancini. Mancini 7 carries of his own in that first half, unofficially for 26 yards.
Really like the way the young man runs. He's got he straddles down the line for a quick sec. First opening he gets, he plants and he cuts up field beautifully.
Second down and 10, a lone receiver left side. The give is up the middle to Mancini. He's at the second level.
Hey, what a effort.
And he's going to fight his way for the first down all the way up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 11.
I don't know what he weighs, Nick, but I'll tell you, he runs twice his weight.
Only listed at $145.
Yeah, I bet you that's with uniform on, Nick, but I'll tell you, he's a rugged young fella, and he is fearless.
That 11-yard carry, his longest from scrimmage tonight. So a first down for Winnacunnet from their own 36-yard line. Again, the lone man out wide is the receiver, Jackson McDonald, who was targeted a couple of times in that first half. They fake the handoff, and here's the pitch. It's taken near side by McDonald. He breaks one tackle and leans his way forward. Ends up across the 40 at the 41 after a gain of 5. So third down and 5. Big early third quarter play coming up.
Yeah, let's take a look here at Jack Kavanaugh. You want to see how a cornerback comes up and fights off a block? Hopefully we'll see it in this picture. It'll do it justice. Watch him, pitches it, fights off the block, maintains outside, rips him aside, and gets in. What a great piece of defensive work there by Mr. Kavanaugh.
Second down and 5. Excuse me, I was ahead by a down. Mancini over the left guard is wrapped up quickly by Graney, but still fighting.
He is one rugged.
That's actually Harvey Reynoso Santana. These backs are hard to differentiate. They're all about the same size.
They are.
As the junior, Reynoso Santana listed at 5'8", 145. But either way, the result the same, a first down for Winnacunnet.
What a crowd Exeter has brought here, Nick. They range from that end zone all the way around. Big crowd. This place has got a lot of people in it tonight.
Yeah, you could argue there's maybe as many Blue Hawk supporters as there are Warrior fans.
I don't know about that, but I'll tell you, they came out in force.
And off right side, it's Ryan Avakian, who was featured in a heavy special teams role tonight.
Yep.
Only his second carry on offense, and it goes nowhere.
Speaking of special teams, Nick, glad you brought that up. I'm extremely impressed by the Exeter's kick return game. I haven't seen a better blocking scheme, better execution, and kick returners that run with a kind of passion. Certainly nobody's done any better, I'll tell you that. They look solid.
Of course, Ryan Batstone had an 80-yard touchdown
Doesn't hurt.
called back on the game's only penalty so far, a block in the back late in that second quarter. McDaniel throws, and this one is dropped. Incomplete.
Got to pull that in.
Trying to find Palm, who did reel in 2 big fourth down catches in that first half. This one off his fingertips, usually sure-handed, but that one gets away, and now third down coming up.
I mean, it wasn't an easy catch, but a catch that should have been made, Nick, in that situation. You know, you here and you get the ball, you're by 5. Pounds it, put them less 4 to go down. A little ground up here, but we'll see what they can do.
Instead, it's 3rd and 9. Man in motion to the far side. That's DJ Shasha. McDaniel out of the gun, in trouble, wrapped up from behind and dropped, but flags are flying.
Yeah, I'm not sure there wasn't a little face mask there, Nick.
Or possibly a horse collar.
Or a horse collar, exactly. He just kind of went down in a non-typical way. We'll see what happens here, but
Sam Dulac came in.
Could have been a hole, too.
And he came in high, as you could see, kind of grappling
along
the shoulder pads and near the helmet.
And 2 flags went down the same time. Yeah, face mask, that's what it was.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so Exeter with their second penalty tonight, and this one keeps Winnacunnet's drive alive.
Generally, when you see 2 flags thrown immediately around a quarterback, it's, to your point, Nick, it's either a horse collar like that or even more likely a...
They're calling it inadvertent, so a 5-yard variety of the face mask.
Okay,
here.
but is it an automatic first down? I don't believe it will be, correct? But they'll get
oh yeah, you're right. You're right. That's...
Yeah. So they'll still be 3rd down, but they gain an extra 5 yards here. So it looks like 6 yards to go with... it's going to be very interesting to see here if there is a 4th down, Nick.
Yeah, the ball's right at the 50-yard line. The first down marker is just inside the Exeter 45. 3 receivers set. McDaniel
Big
back
play.
in the gun. 4 minutes gone by in this third quarter. Airs it out. He's got McDonald along the far sideline. He's tackled by Sam Dulac.
Great
inbounds.
defensive play.
Only a yard or so downfield, and now a 3rd down turns into 4th down and 4.
Yeah, you know, 3 years ago and 4 years ago, Nick, we saw some great games between Exeter and Dover, if you recall. And one of the things that really, I always knew that Coach Ball's crew did a great job with a running game and you know, with basic core defense. But one thing that's been impressed to me year after year is the way these cornerbacks come up and play the pass and run.
There's the punt off the right foot of punter Elias Spaulding. It's bobbled by Dulac, but recovered by Exeter. That's
Number
Cole
6.
Kelly.
Yeah, Cole.
Right place, right time there to
Johnny
save
on the
the
spot.
day.
Watch this replay, how heads up it was after he received it. He was right next to him. Big deal right here. This could have been very different, and he's right next to him, and he's right there. That was close.
Only one giveaway tonight. It was on a faulty pitch on Winnacunnet's opening possession. It was recovered by Exeter. That led to the game's first score 3.5 minutes in. A 5-yard touchdown run from Tyler Bland. Exeter has played with the lead ever since, and they take over here with a 5-point lead intact, 17-12. 1st and 10. It's a run left side, and here comes another flag.
Wow.
Only saw one accepted penalty in the first half. We've seen already 3 flags thrown here in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter.
Unbelievable. Well, thanks to all of our subscribers and our viewers tonight. Huge numbers coming in, and I kind of figured it would be, Nick, in the second half especially, and glad to have all you folks joining us here for Friday Night Lights.
And if you have not done so, please like and subscribe to the channel. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire's home is on YouTube at FNLNH Media. Again, the channel, FNLNH Media. Hit the subscribe button. We are in business tomorrow for the Matt Clack game. Pinkerton at Londonderry, 2 o'clock here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. So just getting started here in week number 4 statewide. 2 3-0 teams colliding here tonight, 2 conference rivals in a 100-year rivalry.
Yeah.
First game played back in 1924.
I know Coach Ball and crew, they want this drive they want to be able to get some separation here.
Meanwhile, the penalty was against the Warriors. Not sure if that was a late hit or what that was.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Bland is going to rumble across midfield down to the Warrior 45-yard line after a pickup of 11. Bland 6 for 22, kept somewhat in check in that first half.
It's an army of running backs.
It's his longest run from scrimmage tonight.
It's an army of running backs. And don't underestimate how that allows you to rest, players to get them a little bit of water, a little bit of opportunity to get out of the game, to check in, back in, and be at full strength.
Approaching the midway point, third quarter, little room for Batstone, another 11-yard pickup.
Yep.
As he gashes the Warriors up the middle, tackle made below the knees by Dylan Palm. But another Exeter first down. Batstone, 5 carries, 48 yards in that first half. And that included a long run of 21 yards. Of course, he was the return man on that 80-yard touchdown that was called back late in the first half.
Grant Boyd just checked out of the game. Boy, he's played himself a good game tonight so far.
First down and 10 from the Warrior 35. Karen's handoff is for Bland. Going to protect the ball with 2 hands and pick up 2. Taken down by L.J. Boyd. He's been busy tonight trying to plug holes for Winnacunnet defensively.
Yeah. So good at deception in this offense that Coach Ball runs. And the quarterbacks and the running backs and everybody has a role to play to try to confuse the defensive backs and the linemen, Nick, and especially the linebacker core in your corners.
You got a loaded box here for Winnacunnet on 2nd and 8.
Oh!
Batstone made a man miss, powers his way through the line, somersaults his way down inside the 30. Wrestled down by Justin Knowles, the big senior defensive lineman.
You can tell by the hitting out there, Nick, right now. It's hard. It's a lot of force out there. And these guys know at this juncture with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, this is crunch time. This is when the game is going to probably take one turn or the other.
Tackle by Anthony Magre.
Right now, I'm sure that the offense or the Blue Hawks are feeling pretty good right now with the drive they're putting together.
5-man front for Winnacunnet. Pitch to Bland. First down and then some. As the senior escapes pressure and slides his way down to the 20-yard line. So Exeter back in business, 1st and 10 on the nose of the red zone.
You want to see this is an amped up, coming through the line, offensive line here, Nick. Watch him as he breaks through the line. Just all amped up. High voltage here. Coming through the line quick. Look at this. Bang. All the way through the line. 10 yards down the field before anybody can really pick him up.
Chopped down by Palm, who's starting to pile up some tackles out of the secondary. Winnacunnet showing blitz again. 1st and 10 from the 20. Batstone is breaking loose. Inside the 10, down inside the 5 before he's finally tackled at the 3. A 17-yard run for Batstone, and now it's 1st and goal for Exeter.
Yeah, this is impressive, and he is impressive, Nick. This offensive line's giving him just what he needs, but I tell you, when he goes through the line, watch him turn his torso, Nick, if we see that on replay next time.
3 carries, 34 yards for Batstone on the drive. 1st down and goal from the 3. Long count from Karen. Takes the snap, hands to Batstone. Left side run, he's in.
Yeah, he's unstoppable
Touchdown.
Right now. He's
going
running
to power
downhill.
His way in for the score from just 3 yards out. And the Blue Hawks, for the first time tonight, make it a 2-score difference.
Yep.
At now 23-12.
Yeah, that's a big. They get Winnacunnet gets the ball, Nick. They get Exeter gets the stop. Now they come down with this drive. Looked very strong, using their bull when they need to. But it really is by committee, Nick. And then they bring the big man in in the key points here. And boy, does he earn yardage beyond his initial block. He gets through the hole so quick, and then he makes you pay. Once you give him a couple of strides, Nick, and he's awful hard to bring down.
Coach Ball wants to go for 2. Offense on the field. Karen under center. 3 running backs behind him. Loaded box for Winnacunnet. Handoff Batstone left side. Finds a hole and slices across the goal line for 2 more.
They are deep, and they're in condition, and they're powerful, Nick. So that is a very – I mean, you look at that drive against the way how hard Winnacunnet is playing, Nick. That just really speaks to Exeter's offensive depth and capabilities here, Nick. So one of the things you look for, they're in that upper echelon as far as the power pole is concerned. You want to see, do they really belong there? Well, this is a good test for us to be able to see that, and I would say the answer is yes, that this offense can move the football against strong defenses. So
you referenced the New Hampshire Union Leader power poll.
Yep. Steve,
you and I are 2 of those voters. Exeter, last couple of weeks, in fact, all season, they've been at the number 4 spot statewide, regardless of division.
Yep.
In the minds of those media members who vote in the New Hampshire Union Leader Power Poll. Exeter at 4 this week. Winnacunnet for the first time following their victory last week against Central. Breaks into the poll at number 9.
Yep. And they're showing. This again. It's 25-12, but they played. They played it pretty solid here the first half, but I really felt, Nick, that they needed to get that opening kickoff return down the field. Now they're in a situation, Nick, where they really, they may be able to miss this drive, but how do you stop Exeter? You really want to have an offensive drive that gets the defense some rest on the sidelines, Nick, and put some points on the board. Even if it's 3 points, Nick, that's still 12 points difference at that point, or 13. 3 points would be 15. Be within 10 points. Something's got to happen from this drive. It just increases the percentages on them being able to stay in this game.
Second possession
Maybe
of this
bring it down the wire.
Third quarter. The first resulted in a punt. They'll begin for the third time tonight from their own 20-yard line. 4 receivers this time, Steve, I believe, for the first time. They're going to keep it with McDaniel out of the spread, and he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Exeter looks to me, Nick, like they're getting off blocks much better the first quarter. Ever since the end of the first quarter, Nick, Exeter's defense has been able to get off blocks better and better. And, it pretty much in the first quarter, halfway through the second, let's just say, on the Warriors were getting 5-7. That's not happening as often. They do maybe 4.
Only 2 there.
So
second down and 8.
Changes the whole picture.
I'm going to stay with this 4-receiver look, 2 to each side. Daniel against a 4-man front. It is a 4-man rush. He's got time. He throws an interception. Yeah. It's picked off by Sam Dulac. Dulac hurdles a man at the 15, is grabbed from behind. That draws a flag
down.
And ultimately he's inside the 10-yard line. Again, we may see a horse collar
I don't know. I thought the flag was in the air as that happened. No? It was really close. I thought it might be something else.
You may be right. We'll see.
I thought the flag was in the air as the horse collar. But I agree with you, Nick. No question, the jersey was pulled from the upper back.
And either way, this interception will stand.
We may see it
as the penalty came on the run back. You see Dulac with the interception. And then trying to break right. A beautiful leap of Mancini.
Wow.
Hard to tell from that angle where the flag came in. It is against Exeter.
Yep. Did he make the call yet?
So I did not see a signal.
I haven't seen the signal
maybe either a hold or a block in the back on the return. I think you may have gotten. Oh, it's a personal
foul. Yeah, that flag was in the air. That flag was in the air during that quote-unquote horse collar, what appeared to be a horse collar. I don't know what that personal foul was, but they're not going into much detail with it. But nevertheless,
it hurts Exeter a bit because it backs the offense.
It does.
It backs them up a bit to the 32-yard line of Winnacunnet. So 1st and 10.
That's
inside of 3 minutes, third quarter.
Really gives
a chance for Exeter to really get some distance on the board. They're going to pitch left side. Tyler Bland, he's got a lane to work with. And he dives his way down inside the 25, close to the first down stick after a gain of 9.
Yeah, no. What happens in these games is one team starts to play heavier. Right now, the Blue Hawks are playing heavier football right now, Nick. Heading off the cage. Power driving low, winning the low man win battles one by one, case by case, across the front line. They're running downhill right now. They're really going to be around and see what they do here.
Second down and 1. Hand off Kavanaugh, just his second carry tonight. He scored on a 43-yard scamper late in the first quarter. He's going to make his way down to the 10-yard line.
Into the game that Exeter's the horses they have up front and the technique in which they're coming off of the cadence, as I said earlier. Can't emphasize enough. It's where the game of football is won on the offensive side, no doubt about it.
Good to see Alex Ruska back in the game as well.
Yes, it is.
Two-way player. He's at left guard here. He left briefly back in the second quarter due to an injury. Hand off Batstone, changes direction, trying to find the 5-yard line. Now trying to find the end zone. Is he in? Yes, he is.
He is on fire tonight.
And a flag.
I think excessive celebration.
Yep, are going to fly in the end zone. Batstone.
Yeah, he spiked it.
Scored from 10 yards out. His second touchdown tonight. Did he spike it?
Yeah, and it was really kind of it wasn't really it looked like a spike, but I'm not sure. Watch him when he goes in the end zone. You're going to see here. He gets up, yeah, and then he throws the ball down. They're going to call that every time. But yeah. I mean, it was a spike, but it wasn't like winding up. It wasn't a Gronk-style spike by any stretch.
Well, I remember in 5th grade when I first played the game and found out that it was illegal to spike the ball.
Yeah, by 15 yards or before?
That was bad news.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we were told on day one, do not spike the football.
How was Monday night practice? Did you get a little extra sprint?
Well, I'm not saying I actually did it. I was just told not to do it.
Told not to do it. Okay.
All right.
Glad we straightened that out.
Yes. All right, so the touchdown, I believe, Steve, the touchdown stands. They haven't put the point on the board. Now they did.
No, that absolutely stands. After the touchdown.
They just put the points on the board.
Yep.
And now this looks like
that'll be
a 2-point try coming up for Exeter. You see the quarterback, Michael Caron, having a quick word with Coach Ball on the sideline before
they'll
returning
assess
to
this
the
on
huddle.
The kick, right? Yeah.
Yes, because the ball is at the 3-yard line where
normal spot, so they'll assess that on the kick. He's going to go for it again.
Yep.
He knows his offensive line is winning the war right now, and he's going to go for all of it.
They're going to run a play-action pass, roll out, knock down,
nice
and incomplete.
Defensive play.
That's Damian Halter, senior defensive back for Winnacunnet.
That's not easy to cover there, Nick.
Try.
I mean, you're going against the tee and a good one, and you've got to load that box. That's a heck of a job defensively for them to be able to get out on that outside flare pattern and essentially intercept the ball in the end zone and take that away. So, but it is 31-12, 127 left. There's time left, but they got to get moving. Especially being a running offense, you need more time. That's one of the problems when you have a strictly. Oh no, they've got a passing attack as well. My guess is Coach Francoeur is going to have to start probably attacking the air a little bit.
As we saw on that last drive with the 4 wide.
Because right now in the trenches, as far as the running game, it certainly appears ever since they've come out in this whole third quarter, basically, Nick, so far, that Exeter is winning that battle in the trenches on both sides.
And, of course, the Blue Hawks have made the Warriors pay twice tonight off the turnover.
Yep.
Cashing in for 2 touchdowns, first on a recovered fumble in the game's opening minutes, and then a moment ago off the interception by Sam Dulac, who, Steve, coincidentally, was also the man who recovered the fumble for Exeter. So 2 takeaways tonight for Dulac. Has helped out his team big time. Exeter trying to improve to 4-0. Winnacunnet hoping to avoid their first loss of the season, but it'll be an uphill climb with just $1:27 to go here in this third quarter.
They need a good return, get some good field position, Nick, go down and get something on the board. But
here's the kick from Adams. It's short. It bounces in front of Mancini, and it's eventually picked up by his return mate. That is Sean O'Riordan, the junior, trying to find space to his right. Ends up at the 35-yard line. Stopped by Exeter's Braden Ream.
Yeah, you got to want it. You got to want to go get that kickoff, Nick, and you want to come up 100 miles an hour. Easier said than done. There's a tendency there to think if you watch right here, didn't really go after the ball and then kind of sidestepping, that's not going to get it done. You have to shoot a vector full speed. So, always something to work on as the season progresses. But
here's the 4-receiver look again from the Warriors as they bring McDonald back onto the field in the shotgun. He takes a high snap. Actually, we have a new quarterback. Handoff is to McDonald, who's going to turn out 2 yards here. But a new look here, Steve, as we get our first look at Sean, a 6'2 junior at quarterback. He takes over for Riley McDaniel.
Yep. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Now trying to reverse to the near sideline is Jackson McDonald, and that does not go well.
No.
Sam Dulac in there in the backfield for the tackle.
Okay, watch this run back, Nick. He makes a good choice by coming back, but as soon as you have space, you need to cut up field. you're not going to beat the backside. As soon as you see that containment, now watch. Around the other side, there's containment right there. You can't go. You have to cut upfield. There's also second containment with one of the best players on the football in Kavanaugh. Wrong decision. Got to cut the ball up, get back to the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 7.
Yeah.
3rd down and 15. We'll see if they can get the playoff here. Down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. And the Warriors will not
stop it.
Snap the football. That'll bring us to the 4th quarter. 2 touchdowns in that frame for Daniel Batstone has opened things up a bit. Exeter with a commanding 31-12 lead. Will the Blue Hawks escape 4-0, or do the Warriors have a big comeback in store on the 100th anniversary of this rivalry? More in a moment. 4th quarter on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the 4th quarter, and a slant is caught.
Nice run.
Dylan Palm on a 3rd down and 15 is going to give his team a 1st down after a 16-yard conversion. Palm has been busy on both ends tonight. He had 2 catches for 19 yards unofficially in that first half. He had 16 more to his total, but more importantly, keeps his team offense on the field here.
Well-executed play.
Winnacunnet trailing big, 31-12. It was a 5-point game at the break. Exeter with a big 3rd quarter from Daniel Batstone, the senior running back, with 2 touchdowns in the quarter.
Wow.
Another throw-in catch.
It's going to be close. He may have it. Yeah, he's got it.
They're going to give Palm the 10 and a 1st down. 2nd completion here for Sean Griffin. Making his 3rd completion since taking over for starter Riley McDaniel late in that 3rd quarter. Well, both teams coming in 3-0. We're going to see another 3-0 team tomorrow when Pinkerton takes on Londonderry at Lancer Park. But either way, if Exeter can hang on to this lead and escape at 4-0, they would be alone at the top of the Division I Eastern Conference. This one intended for Palm, tipped.
Yeah, good thing it was tipped. Good thing it was tipped, Nick, because it would have gone right in the defender's hands if it wasn't.
Now 2nd down and 10.
A little bit of a timing issue right there. It looked like he wasn't ready for the ball, and but I'll tell you, he can fire a BB. He can fire. He's got good velocity on his throws.
Again, 4 receivers. 3 to the left. Exeter with a 3-man front here on 2nd and 10. The pitch is in the dirt. Ball is loose, and Exeter is going to fall on it. Fumble recovered by Ryan Marr, the senior, able to take it off the bounce and then dive on it at the Blue Hawk 40-yard line. That's the 3rd turnover tonight by Winnacunnet.
I have to be honest with you, Nick. What I've seen so far in the first 4 weeks of this season, all I've seen is pitches just cost people games. We saw it last week. We saw it the week before. It's amazing to me.
You're referring to Wyndham.
Yeah. I mean,
3 turnovers last week.
These pitches just are – it's the defenders are reading it very quickly, getting in the offensive backfield, and the quarterbacks are just not executing the plays, and it's costing their teams a lot.
So 90 seconds into this 4th quarter, Exeter comes up with their third takeaway defensively, and the offense gives way to Tyler Bland, who has been busy tonight. He's going to grind out 4 yards there to set up a 2nd and 6.
I want to correct some. What I mean by this is the optioned pick, not pitch, not a normal pitch inside the box there, inside the tight ends, Nick. I'm talking about.
The run option is.
It's just not working.
It's fun to watch when it works. Yeah. But when it doesn't and things go wrong, it can hurt your team.
I just think good, sophisticated defensive coaching, Nick, can foil it, and the quarterbacks just don't do it enough. You got to get a lot of reps.
Here's Batstone. Again, he's going to muscle his way towards midfield and very close to another first down. He's a yard or so shy, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. 6 more for Batstone. He had 2 touchdowns in that third quarter. Exeter led 17-12 at halftime. Batstone would have had a hat trick tonight, but had that 80-yard kick return touchdown called off due to a block in the back. But nonetheless, Batstone and Bland have really led the attack from a rushing perspective tonight for Coach Ball's Exeter Bluehawks. They go back to Batstone, and there he goes at the 2nd level. And he's not going to be caught. It's a 51-yard touchdown. That is the 3rd one that will count tonight for Batstone. And this one is being blown wide open. 37-12 Exeter. So Batstone with the longest play from scrimmage tonight as it goes for 51 yards. Exeter's largest lead continues to grow.
Nick, I have to tell you.
And now 37-12.
I have to tell you, this kid is something else. I've been hearing about him. I watched him on TV on some other broadcasts, and I have to tell you, seeing him live tonight and be able to watch the part that I want to watch as far as at the line, this guy goes through at the line and is able to slide off of his off of the backsides of his block and turn it towards. He is just run and natural gifts and then throw in the quality training with it, and you've got yourself a running back.
He was a factor, part of that rotation last year in the Exeter backfield as a junior, but has really become one of the more recognizable runners statewide at this point, especially after everyone gets wind of what he did here tonight with 3 touchdowns. He's well over 100 yards now after that 51-yard run.
But he's a breakout runner, Nick, and this is one of the things that Coach Ball needs with this offense is he's got to have that breakout runner that is you give him a little bit of space, he can cause tremendous damage, and he can get it all done in one run. The way he follows his blocks, the way he slides off them, and the way that, like I said, he turns and sidesteps and then accelerates out of it. He's just a gifted athlete that's well trained, and he's just got heart too. That's the third, the third leg of the triangle there, or further side. He's just got it all. This is good. This is a good football team.
Adams with a deep kick handled inside the 5 by Mancini. The senior goes straight up the middle before he runs into a wall at the 25-yard line. Back to your point on Batstone, unofficially tonight, 12 carries, 152 yards.
150. I think I'll say 130.
That includes that 51-yard touchdown run. He's got 3 touchdowns, and by the way, as we mentioned, a 4th one on special teams called back.
Yeah, absolutely. He's something else. And this Winnacunnet defense, a good defense, Nick, if you look at the is just As you know, Nick, I had Exeter as a favorite coming in, and I thought it would be close at half, and then I thought that Exeter would take it, but I didn't expect to this degree.
Well,
and it's hard, not seeing them live, but boy, I'll tell you, they very much deserve to be where we've been putting them in the upper echelon of the better teams in the Division I.
1st and 10, and this one goes nowhere. A big kind of a rugby scrum there up the middle. Trying to identify the ball carrier.
I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
It's a new carrier. It's Braden Ream. No, you're good. Ream with his first tote tonight goes for no gain. 2nd down coming up. Well, as you mentioned, Exeter really broke open the game starting with the final play of the first half. The 32-yard made field goal as time expired. Really kicked off a 24-0 run over the last 15 minutes of game action that has all but put this one to bed. Cole Kelly, right side run, going to slash his way down to the 10-yard line.
Great runs.
15 yards for Kelly. That's his first carry tonight as Coach Ball continuing to get more ball carriers involved. Just over 4 minutes now gone by. Fourth quarter.
Just when you look at the Exeter sideline and then and the huddle in the field, just constant players coming in and out. And, Nick, this isn't just in the fourth quarter. This has been going on all game, which means those players are getting rests on the sidelines, and that's what a deep lineup can do for you.
Yeah, that's what Coach Ball told us last night. It's been a luxury of sorts with a lot of different positions having a lot of depth. Meanwhile, another run scratched out for Ream. Lucky to get a yard there on his second carry. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Already 5 minutes gone by this fast-moving fourth quarter here in Hampton. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Game 1 of our doubleheader this weekend. Tomorrow we're at Lancer Park ahead of one of the biggest and most anticipated regular season games of the year. That is Pinkerton at Londonderry. We're on the air at 1:45 ahead of the 2 o'clock kick.
What a weekend.
2nd down and 9 from the 15-yard line. The snap is dropped. Recovered by Kelly. New quarterback Tyler Ream.
He just backed out early.
Is in the game. Not to be confused with the running back Braden Ream. Tyler, the younger of the two Reams, the sophomore. Little problem on the fingertips there under center. But again, Kelly is there to recover for the second time, mind you. He recovered the loose ball on the punt moments ago as well. So he's been sure-handed tonight.
I don't think I've been to Winnacunnet with more people, Nick, and I've been coming here for quite a while.
It's a good point. Very large crowd tonight.
I've never seen a bigger crowd. It may be the biggest.
Again, we expect a big one tomorrow as well. Pitch right side. This is Phineas Reardon, 5'8", 155-pound senior on his first carry.
Yep.
And he only gets 2. Now 4th and long coming up, 4th down and 9, just past now the midway point fourth quarter.
Yep.
So we'll see what Coach Ball wants to do. I'd imagine probably just more of the same here, right? Call a run play on 4th down. He did bring out, as we mentioned, the special teams unit to convert on a 32-yard field goal attempt at the end of the first half. This would be about the same in terms of distance, but the offense will stay on the field as we approach 5 minutes to go on this fourth quarter clock. Loaded backfield. They keep it with the quarterback. Trying to escape left side is Ream. And Ream is tackled after only a yard down. Yard gain. Yes, there is a flag down.
Maybe a personal foul. It was long after the whistle was blown.
It's at the 8-yard line near the line of scrimmage.
You know, one of the things, Nick, that I was going to mention tonight is if you're looking at the line at the trenches tonight, both of them, not a lot of motion penalties, not a lot of holding penalties.
None.
You know, 1 or 2, very few though.
We had the block in the back on special teams.
Yeah, all right. So,
and then a block in the back on the return after an interception.
But this speaks to the quality of both of these offense and defensive lines, right? Both of these teams.
Right.
They're solid. I mean, clearly Exeter is a stronger team right now. You know, but there's no question that this offense and defensive line of Winnacunnet is a strong group of guys as well, and they play clean and they execute well. But right now, you know, Nick, I got to be honest with you. You throw
It's a personal foul against Winnacunnet, by the way.
Yeah, I knew something. It was after the whistle, so it had to have been. I don't know about you, Nick, but I'll take in the power poll teams 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can pull a number out of a hat, as far as I'm concerned. But all 4 of these teams deserve the right to be there. And you got to rate. You have to have a 1. You have to have a 4. I get it.
No.
But they clearly are the 4 teams that are running really strong, and there's other great programs that are improving every single week.
And, of course, as we know, Alvern and South are both 3-0 and are both being tested tonight. We'll get a full scoreboard.
Yeah, could be 4-0.
It could be, but North having other plans in that Battle of the Bridge. Again, full scoreboard tonight, including some tight ones. Alvern was number 5 in the poll. They were tied at last look
against
Wyndham.
Wyndham, right. Well, Wyndham's a good football team.
Right.
We saw that with Pinkerton, and I think Coach O'Reilly was very honest and candid about that. He had concerns in that game. That Wyndham was playing him tough, and it was the kind of weather that wasn't really able to go to the passing attack. I think Coach O'Reilly was right. Pouring rain. Coach O'Reilly was right not to take that risk. But Jack Burns got that's a good group of guys, and that was with their backup quarterback in there who progressed very well throughout that second half. So, Wyndham's and Alvern, that's a great matchup right there.
All right. A timeout on the field. And out of that timeout, the Warriors have the ball at their own 15-yard line. And they're going to run a play straight up the middle for no gain. Mancini still working tonight.
He's a good-looking running back as well.
Yep.
When he was able to find a seam, Nick, he was knocking off some big chunks of yardage.
Carved out 6 there to set up a 2nd and 4. The clock moving again now down towards the 4-minute mark. Another drive here for Sean Griffin, 6'2" junior, took over for starter Riley McDaniel midway through the third quarter. 2nd and 6, delayed handoff, and then it looks like a loss of a yard as he was hit right away. Jacob Matson, one of the junior defensive linemen, in there for the tackle for Exeter.
Yeah, Coach Ball is putting in some going deeper into the lineups here as far as depth is concerned, giving these guys some varsity experience, and that all. You get these guys in these games. It's so important for them to get some experience as you're building a program for the future. There's those opportunities, and they're getting it tonight.
3rd and 3. Movement up front for Exeter, and this may be a free first down for Winnacunnet if it's against the Blue Hawks.
Well, they're pumped up. They get out there, want to show what they can do, and sometimes it just gets the best of you a little bit.
Yep.
But as far as the starting lineups, Nick, tonight, as we discussed earlier, these 2 programs are very disciplined on their offense and defensive lines.
4th penalty tonight against Exeter. 35 penalty yards for the visitors. Ooh. 2 for 20.
A couple of mousies here.
Winnacunnet.
Police on horseback.
Run left side. Never a good sign when the police are right next to John Barron's car. Although in this case, they may be providing protection. Some of the youngsters were throwing food from the top row of the bleachers down towards John's car, and that did not sit well with our cameraman for sure.
Well, was a little rowdy here in the first half.
It's cleared out, including the group of youngsters that kept things lively for us in particular. They seem to have gone home.
I still think more sprints were probably needed tonight to burn off some of that sugar.
38-12, Exeter with a big lead,
nice
but Winnacunnet not going to quit.
Nope.
First down and then some up to the 40-yard line. A big run for Sean O'Riordan. O'Riordan, a 5'8", 175-pound junior. He's going to move the sticks for his team after a 20-yard run. That's the longest play from scrimmage of the second half for the home team. Closing in on the 2-minute mark. Reminder after the game, look at the scoreboard, stats, highlights, analysis, and a preview of tomorrow. 5 yards, set up 2nd down and 5. And that'll bring us inside the final 2 minutes here of the fourth quarter. Big second half tonight for Exeter. They broke open what was a competitive game at halftime. 14 unanswered points in that third quarter. They've added another big play, a 51-yard touchdown run in this fourth quarter. Daniel Batstone has been the man for Exeter. Over 150 yards tonight on the ground, 3 touchdowns as well. Meanwhile, a pretty good carry here for Ryan Avakian. Stopped shy of midfield, but does pick up 5 to set up a 3rd down and 1. Sorry, Steve.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to thank Ben and John working from the studio and from the camera here. John, our tech here on the field, and Ben back at the studio. What a great job that they did. Had some technical problems at the beginning, but ironed those out. So really appreciate what they do and the effort that they put in and the heart they put in what they do to bring the broadcast. So thank you, guys.
The pitch is going to work this time, Steve.
Yep.
As O'Riordan moves the chains, and we move inside the final minute.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about the option, Nick, is you have to have tons and tons of reps and reads where you put it in defensive sets that challenge the quarterback to make the decision, and it gradually they know what to look for. You need a lot of reps to do it. So
you need a lot to go right.
You do.
Here's a dive play. O'Riordan
nice run.
It's been the workhorse on this drive.
Yeah.
Spun down by Luke St. Onge, 6'1", 220-pound junior.
Nice picture of the legend in there.
7-yard gain, and that's going to bring us, Steve, to the end of the game.
Yep.
As Exeter flexes their muscles. And in 2024, we're going to come away with the latest version of this rivalry victory. 38-12 is the final. Exeter improves to 4-0. Winnacunnet, they catch their first L of the year and slip to 3-1.
Yep.
All right, we'll break it all down in just a moment. Final break on the way. On the other side, recap, stats, highlights, analysis.
Some good game scores, too,
and
right?
And then some unbeatens are being tested tonight statewide, so we'll get the latest Week 4 scoreboard your way as well. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include discount tickets, cards, and calendar raffles to hundreds of local merchants throughout the New England area. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. Colonial Printing is family owned and celebrating 50 years of quality print services for New Hampshire businesses and can help yours as well. Whether it's creative design, digital or offset printing, or banners and signs, with state-of-the-art technology, unlimited industry sources, and the ability to think outside the box, Colonial Printing will help you get your job done. To see their full list of services, promo products, and portfolio, or to request an estimate, visit colonialprintingnh.com. That's colonialprintingnh.com.
Yep. Remember, that's 4 seconds behind.
Yeah. Is it that many?
Now there he is, Bill Ball, longtime head coach, former athletic director, and the head coach of a 4-0 team following a 38-12 victory over Winnacunnet. 100-year rivalry, alive and well after what we saw tonight. The Blue Hawks struck first following a fumble recovery. A play later, they score from 5 yards out on a run from Tyler Bland. 7-0 Exeter, just 3.5 minutes in. Winnacunnet, a lengthy drive in response. And they wrap it up with a 1-yard touchdown run from senior quarterback Riley McDonald. Warriors chewed clock on that one, over 7 minutes and 80 yards in total.
Wow.
Next play, Exeter from scrimmage. They find Jack Kavanaugh with a 43-yard touchdown. Final play of the first half, Jonathan Adams, the junior kicker for the Blue Hawks, connected on a 32-yard field goal to extend Exeter's lead to 17-12 at halftime. And then in the second half, it was the Daniel Batson show.
Wow. Sure was.
As he scores 3 touchdowns, 2 in that third quarter, 1 from 3 and 1 from 10 yards out. Also had a 2-point try following the first score. Exeter starting to blow it open through 3 quarters at 31-12, and then Batson, for good measure, ripped a 51-yard touchdown run 3 minutes into that fourth quarter to put the game to bed. 38-12 is the final. Batson unofficially 12 carries, 152 rushing yards tonight to go with those 3 touchdowns. His counterpart on the other side, Mason McDonald, most of the damage coming in the first half, but he ends up near 100 yards by my count. 14 carries, 91 yards for the Winnacunnet senior.
Yeah, if you're going to go with a postscript to this game, Nick, you've got one team that is absolutely there. They are championship contenders as far as at this point in the season, Nick. They look as good as anybody else that I've seen. Extremely solid tonight. And then you've got a team in Winnacunnet who has got to walk off this field understanding they played one of those teams pretty solidly, even with a turnover, and they're still within 5 points at the half. And then you go about to me, they had to do something with the kickoff return. They weren't able to accomplish that, and then things just started to come apart at the seams there. But make no mistake, and I'm sure Coach Frank Core is putting this thing in context. This is a program right now, Nick, that's got that's on the rise. There's got some tremendous athletes in the sophomore. Apparently they've got a freshman that could play varsity if they wanted to put him in there, but probably wise not to do that for other reasons. But this program is going to get better and better. Yeah. I would kind of put them in the category of a Goffstown, which we know is going to get better. They got a lot of with a good coach, new coach now, right, and bringing that program back. So there's a lot of good things here that the film's going to look a little ugly in the second half of the third quarter beyond. But this is a good football team, and their trenches are solid. So Exeter, it's really in their hands. We were talking there a little bit in the break. To me, this is whether or not Exeter can put a passing attack. They didn't need it tonight, so don't use it. Understood. If they have that, to me, they can hang with anybody. Coach Ball's got himself a good football team.
Other scores tonight, top-ranked Bedford. No problem with Goffstown.
Yep.
Under the lights in Goffstown. 35-0 was the halftime score in favor of the two-time Division I champs.
Just too much at this
Goffstown
point.
Does get some of that back in the second half. The final ends up being 35-14 as Bedford improves to 4-0. All right, other Division I scores, Steve. We mentioned Alvern, unbeaten through 3 weeks, kind of the darling of Division I early on. They may catch their first loss tonight. They're going to have to do it from behind. They trail Wyndham 14-6. Yeah. 1 score difference. Still a whole fourth quarter in front there.
We saw last week that Wyndham is a solid football team. They're going to get better as time goes on.
South, a big second half over North. 41-10.
How about
is
that?
The final as
these guys are getting better
as
every
the Purple
game.
Panthers. Yeah, they had an out-of-state win over Lowell last week after the 2-0 in-state start. Now 4-0 overall, following again a 41-10 victory over North.
More and more believers are out there in South right now
in the Battle of the Bridge. All right, Memorial with a 2-score lead over Portsmouth at the start of the fourth quarter. Clippers are winless. Memorial quietly is getting it done. They hang on tonight. They improved to 3-1.
Well, I'm hearing
right
it on
now
the
out
chat.
in front, 26-17, the score there.
We're being let known that Memorial's doing well, and we are watching, and we know that.
They had an out-of-state loss at Rhode Island in week 1, but since then, 2 straight victories and a third maybe on the way against Portsmouth.
We saw it in the Jamboree, Nick. We saw it.
Yep.
They're a solid football
They
team.
blew
Great
out
group of
Pembroke
guys.
in that 2-quarter exhibition affair. All right, Merrimack. They trailed Keene earlier, Steve, 13-6. They now lead Keene 20-13.
Wow, nice second half.
With inside of 2 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. So Merrimack hoping to even their record at 2-2. Keene would slip to 2-2 if that score holds. And then finally in Division I, Dover. Congratulations to the Green Wave. They get their first victory with a 35-28 win at Timberlane.
Yep.
Owls
for them.
slip to 0-4. In D2, tough sledding tonight for Manchester West. They catch their first loss. Souhegan, too strong in Amherst, 35-6.
Yep.
The final there as Souhegan improves to 4-0. West catches their first loss. That is going to do it for us. Tomorrow, of course, we're right back at it in the Mac Platt game, one of the most highly anticipated regular season matchups anywhere in the state. It's Pinkerton unbeaten, Londonderry unbeaten against in-state opponents. That game kicks off, Steve, at 2 o'clock tomorrow. We are on the air.
I love 2 o'clock games. I like it a little, that extra hour. Just kind of lets you get things set and gives John a little chance to charge the batteries a little longer. And
yeah.
So
that's a good point. Want to thank my man, Adam Abood here, the athletic director, making sure we are taken care of. We appreciate coming to Winnacunnet every season and working with Mr. Abood and his staff. So a great job by Aaron and crew. And, of course, our team working hard tonight to overcome those gremlins. That includes John Barron spearheading the effort.
Great job.
And our 2 videographers down in the end zones.
Talk
Matt
about a couple
Beals
team players that don't
Cat
give
Doyle.
up, Nick. They don't give up.
Never.
They keep till it's done right.
The stronger the bond, the harder it is to surrender, according to Coach Ball.
Coach Ball
and that
last
applies
night.
with us here at FNLNH Media. All right, for the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, our director Ben Beals, back in the Beals Studios, and executive producer Steve Beals. My name is Nick Anastas saying Stolen Final score, final time.